Welcome to the third video in my video series on the design process. Today we're going to work on the third step of the design process, the ideate step. But first, let's review what we learned in the first couple videos. So what is the design process? The design process is an approach to break down a larger project into smaller, more manageable chunks. The process consists of 5 phases that are all interconnected. Architects, engineers, and makers of all types use this step to develop new ideas and solve problems. Step 1, empathize. So this is a period where we can engage in user-centered research and empathetic observation to understand some opportunities for our design. In the real world, this looks like asking questions, understanding the goal of the project, and really figuring out what and why we are doing this. Step 2. This is the define stage. This is where we define what the constraints of the project are going to be and where we decide what is our plan of attack for this project. For this project, we're going to be working alone, and the goal of the project is to drop an egg safely from as high as possible without it cracking. Step 3, ideate phase. In the ideate phase, we analyze how competing social, ethical, and sustainability considerations impact design. So for our project, what materials do we have access to? Are they reusable? Do we have access to enough of them? That sort of thinking. We also generate ideas and add to other ideas to create more possibilities. After we get a couple sketches down, we should go to a friend, a family member, and ask if they have any ideas and how they think they could make this project a little bit more successful. Ultimately, ideating is a form of brainstorming. You generate ideas, add to other ideas, get feedback, and sketch it all down so we have a great way to track where our ideas have come from. Step 4, the prototyping phase. During the prototyping phase, we're going to choose our ideas that we came up during the ideate phase, and then we're going to visualize and construct prototypes, making changes as we see fit. The final step, testing. This is where we identify the tools, technologies, materials, and time that's going to be required for us to fully make our project. During this step, we want to use materials in a way that minimizes waste. We want to refer to all the steps leading up to this point because we want to use those ideas and we want to take aspects from different designs and different ideations and put them all together to create our best idea yet. Ideate. The way I started my ideation phase is by walking around outside with a creative mindset. I got curious and I looked around and saw potential structures that I could use as my egg drop challenge. I also recommend going on YouTube and Google and looking up some new ideas and combining those ideas with your already existing ideas. From my walk and my research on YouTube and Google, I came up with 3 potential structures that I would like to try to implement during my egg drop challenge. I got a transmission tower from my walk, a picture of the Eiffel Tower, and the structure of a plane. All 3 of these structures have one thing in common. They all have a skeleton type structure that I'm going to try to implement in my design. Now the next step is to sketch potential ideas that we have. I would recommend going through 2 or 3 different sketches to encourage creative thinking and exploring ideas that we wouldn't think about right away. You can see in my sketch in the top corner, I have a bunch of straws or sticks surrounding the egg, and then the egg tucked away in the middle so that hopefully nothing can get in there and crack it. Feedback. So now is a time where we pause in the design process and we go outward and we try to ask other people around us, friends, family, or people in our community for any feedback on our design and any areas that we think that we could improve it. And now after we've gotten some feedback, now try to resketch your ideas and think about all the feedback that you got, think about some new unintended consequences of those changes, and start to think about what your final idea will be. Thank you for watching the ideating video of my design cycle video series. Have a good one.